hang on. There's a bit too much Dutch bias here. I think we need to show Ruby some love. So I personally do not know Ruby, but to introduce him, it is Ruby spawning on the easternmost point on Canal Park, made by the lovely Rachel, spawning as the OKW, starting off with a Kubo start. Her opponent, JJJ, also known as the JibberJabberJobber, spawning as the Soviets on the west.
Keep talking, I'm busy in Discord.
You want me? Sorry, I was talking. I was trying to give you space to talk.
Yeah, but I got a question in the chat.
Oh, ignore chat, Dutchy. We are streaming. We are casting. It is now all hands on deck for both of these players.
I'm organizer, caster, and referee at the same
Dutchy,
time.
also known as philanthropist, rocket man, caster, player, referee, developer.
No, I'm not a developer.
Code 4 beta tester.
Code 3 pre-alpha tester.
Alright, so what are we seeing? We've got the Kubo, we've got some Volks from Ruby. He's following up, I'm assuming it's a he. He's following up with a second pair. JJJ going for 3 cons, nothing too crazy so far. Can I ask, do we have the Sturmtiger in your mod of commanders?
No. I think there's plenty of reason to not put it in after its recent unnecessary buffs.
So no Sturmtiger. Okay.
We do have the Oswind as an option, and we got the Juicy Tiger. King Tiger's taken out as well. Not to give OKW too many heavy tank options. So we got the regular Tiger that you can see in game in the K-Pan offensive, of course. Oh, that Kubo finds a whole bunch of friends right there. 3 conscripts lining up, shooting.
Fortunately for him, JJJ doesn't have any 18As just yet. He's not taking them even now, just going for medics instead here.
Focus fire on the Stone Pioneer. Dropping models now. Dropping models nicely. It's gonna get away though. But that's minus 90 manpower. Always a good start.
It is, and look at the harassment JJJ is doing on and off.
Oh wow.
He's going all the way to the base here.
Fuchs Grenadier, ready for action. Why am I so cold?
Okay, let's see what Ruby decides to do. He's got 3 Volks himself, going for the SWIS. Now, the Kubo is extremely low. Wow, JJJ is actually Urian trying to get a pickup on the Kubo. Almost.
Oh,
good attempt there.
How much health is that, man? That's 2 pixels?
That would be at least 2 Sturmtigers worth of health right there. It was it's crazy. Once you get a little bit desperate, you start thinking, oh, I can pick this up, So JJJ actually spent munitions to try. You know, he risked it. It was a high risk, high reward kind of situation, and unfortunately, it didn't pay off.
Both players don't have a whole bunch of resources connected. Just look at the incomes. Munitions are all fine, but fuel incomes are quite low.
Yeah, this is a really weird situation. JJJ has the northern fuel, but it's not connected, and Ruby, well, he's decapped the southern fuel, but he doesn't have that capped either. He's actually got a Volks capping up north.
Watch it! Infantry fire!
It's also going for the VP and not for the fuels. Interesting.
Squad back to full strength.
Alright, battle group and tier 2 from Jibber. Still no 18 aids or Molotovs.
He tagged for support weapons companion. Let's see if he's gonna get anything out of it.
Oh, look how close that Kubo is to the mine for Jibber, down on the 7 VP. It's so close.
Oh, nice flamethrower pop on the engineer there. Low health. Sturmpire drops 2 models at that burst. Another burst maybe. Takes out an extra model.
He's not really moving his conscripts here, JJJ. Interesting, he went for the Kubo, but maybe he just straight up missed it this time around.
Command level capabilities ready for deployment.
Let's see. Instantly locking in the flag half track. JJJ is already countering with the Ziskin.
This isn't flag, almost coming out simultaneously.
North side, good fights there for JJJ with the double corns versus the Volks Grenadiers. I'm curious to see how Ruby is going to tackle the infantry situation, only having 3 Volks out. Does he want to get anything extra? With the commandos that he has access to, he can get Jaeger Lights at 3 CPs. He goes for the infantry / artillery commander. Or if he goes for the armor commander, he can get the Sturm officer out of 3 CPs. And if he goes for the air commander, he can get the Fallschirmjägers dropping from the skies at 4 CPs.
He's done a pretty good job harassing with the Kubo, actually decap JJJ here.
Oh yeah, that's no resources once again. I would love to see the conscript move forward into that green cover. There he goes. Is this gonna stay as well? Can take out Kubel. Kubel down. Oh, and that model just gets thrown out 20 meters out of the car. Poor soul.
Slight overkill, but at least he knows the scissors out now.
Oh, no sweepers on Ruby Stern Pioneer. Meeting the mine. 60 manpower down. One's even. Kubel has ejected. Yeah, despite losing.
What?
No, I was you thought you wanted to say something. Don't laugh, man. Hey, man, you're meant to keep this professional. I'm trying to.
Sorry. If I wanted this professional, I wouldn't invite a guy that had been drinking for 12 hours.
No, not me. I don't know who the hell you're talking about or what you're talking about, that shit. So, this is in a good position. JJJ still doesn't have AT grenades, so the flag still has a little bit of wiggle room in case JJJ decides to push. Losing the Cooper obviously hurts, but he does have an MG to try and help. What do you think he's actually gonna do here? He's seeing a lot of conscripts. He knows there's a Ziz here.
Yeah, I'm expecting either the Jaeger Lights or the tag up to tier 4 to try and get the Obers out. But he needs anti-tank power as well first, because T7 timing is coming. There it is, the Raketen in the bill.
Yeah, both these players know the timings pretty well. T7, T-Raketen, again, similar timings. I didn't see a lot of mines. There's no Panzerschreck on. He's actually upgrading sweepers. Look at that Ziz.
Oh, flag truck stuck for a second. Can we get an attack mount maybe? Tries to go for it, but connects with some cover.
Yeah, that was extremely unlucky there with the attack run.
I mean, the JibberJabberJobber has been working hard on the heavy cover, but so far I've seen Ruby using that heavy cover more than JibberJabberJobber himself.
So Ruby finally detonates the mine down south at the Kubel. It was almost on the verge of.
Oh, MG
He might actually lose. Yeah, he might lose this MG if he chases. I think JJJ is gonna chase here. He's feeling it.
I don't see any mines. Raketen is going over. Flag half track is rallying as well. It's one shot away from dying. Oh, the first kick shot misses as well. Unlucky.
The Ziz also misses the flag that's set up. Okay, looks like neither players were really looking to secure that.
Look at the manpower for JibberJabberJobber. What do you reckon he's gonna get next? I mean, 600 manpower.
Well, I wish I knew what was available at 4 CPs, so...
Well, 3 CPs as he goes for the infantry artillery commander, he can get guards rifles. At 4 CPs if he goes for the air commander, he can get some airborne guards.
Yeah,
would
that's
you look
exactly
at
what he's
that?
done. You reckon he's gonna go for PPSH on this map?
Yeah, I mean, definitely south side and also north top. If you go flank around that house, you could do some damage with PPSHs.
I'd say so. There's plenty of opportunity for PPSH to really come into clutch, but DPs are never a bad choice.
I don't know the champions by heart, Bas, but if you use my link and you play for 7 days, you get the Ninja champion for free. So that's a very cool bonus you can get.
Hashtag get Raven.
Capture complete. No enemy activity.
Okay, looks like we're not getting PPSH. We're getting DPs on the guards. Probably getting tier 4 from Ruby. He still has very good map control despite losing the Kubo. Jibber hasn't really... I don't think he's really pushed. He's kind of been playing defensively, trying to probe Ruby out, but Ruby is just quite comfortably sitting here on his resources.
He has had the better field control, definitely.
I mean, hell, look at the 7 VP. When your MG is that far forward, you know you're comfortable with the map situation.
I mean,
Right,
it has been there before, but I guess Mr. Occasion is a little closer this time.
And he misses again. Deja vu. Okay, Jibber backs off. He's bringing his Ziz through the middle. He's got the DPs on his guards. Let's see what the flag half track is.
So much manpower for JibberJabber. I wouldn't even mind him getting a mortar or maybe an MG himself to lock something down. And the double fuel once again here for Ruby. Still no idea what commander he picked.
What do you think of this tier 4 placement?
Nice and greedy, I like it. Where's the flag?
You said it well, nice and greedy. That's exactly what happens when you're nice and greedy. It is behind a few shot blockers, but he pays the price of a flag half truck.
I mean, yeah. What's really gonna cover? Because the shot blockers work both ways.
I don't know. This is what I'm confused about, because even if he upgrades it, he's gonna need to somehow destroy the hedgerow in front of it first before he can actually start targeting things.
Oh, a nice mining there with JibberJabberJobber.
So whilst I'm not necessarily 100% against it, I mean, JJJ really I know he likes showing his booty to his opponents, but there's some similar rounds. Yeah.
Do a little bit more than just tickle.
Howitzers have pinpointed the enemy and are prepared to saturate
Like painful
them with
tickles. Most painful. I don't know. This tier 4 just it upsets me. It's a bit all over the place. If he uses Roketten to try and clear the hedgerow, maybe. I don't know. Do you think he was gonna use his flag half truck to try and clear the hedges to make way for the tier 4?
I don't think that's light crush. I think that's heavy crush or medium crush. It's probably
No,
medium
but
crush.
You can attack
if you
ground
trim
too.
them. Yeah, trimming them a
Yeah.
little bit. Could have been the case. But he's going for Obos now. And I also do know what commander Ruby went for. Because he has access to the Goliaths at the moment. Which means he went for the OKW Armor Commander. Which has, aside from the Goliaths, access to the Stuka Smoke Drop, the Sturmoffizier. At 8 CP it gets the rocket barrage that you can find in the live game in the Feuersturm Doctrine. And at 12 CPs you got a juicy Tiger Tonk.
Combat unit ready.
That's pretty good. And what is the late game options for Jibber?
Late game options for Jibber are a couple different strikes. You got the Recon Overflight, the Via Propaganda Artillery, and the IO2 Rocket Strafe.
He doesn't have a heavy tank to rock with himself, so maybe if Ruby can hang out here for the Tiger.
Yeah, but if you get a good T-34 Ram and Bam going.
Sure, but looking at the map, I don't know about the Ram and Bam, but then again, I'm not sure about much here because it's a little bit of back and forth in a weird, unusual way for both players. The Ubers are finally put in work, and I feel like this is where the DPs really crumble. They seem good, they're like, hey, this is some of the infantry we can get, but once the Ubers start rolling out...
Yeah, that's Vet 0 versus Vet 0. Imagine if those Ubers get their veterancy up, it's gonna be even more painful.
So many tripwire flares from Jibber, that's good use. It's worth noting, his T-70, almost veterancy 2, still only 3 kills. It's 17 minutes. Bear in mind, this is probably way past the timing of a Panzer IV at this point. In fact, what is Ruby waiting for? I think we're going straight for a Tiger here, no?
I would definitely think it's very cool thing to do.
Okay, no, never mind.
Sad. Sad noises.
I was like, this is such a late P4 as well, so...
Yeah. I mean, you could have had it probably 2 minutes ago already, right?
I guess the only thing Jibber really has going for him is he's got double Ziz, he's got a few mines here and there. I hope he has 18-8s. He still does not, so he's quite vulnerable to dives. He's harassing quite well with the T-70 up here, but Ruby's also defending not horribly, and the P4 is pretty much out now.
It's out, but T-34-76 is already in the field, and there's double Siskin, so I don't think it's gonna have an easy time. One thing it does have going for it is that there's no snares yet available on the side of JibberJabberJobber.
That's right. It's all gonna come down to these Zobers and the infantry flanks. If he can neutralize these Ziz, this Panzer IV is gonna wreak havoc.
Yeah.
That's a big if at this point.
G2F opens up to Vet 2. Vet 2 of course gives it a little bit of extra rate of fire and better targeting. P4 in the north, forcing away those guard obers. Guard obers here be the airborne guard with the DPs. I mean, I'm feeling like this is going to be a longer game, man. It's going to be a grind fest here.
That's not what I want to hear.
Let me go to bed.
Let me go to bed. We're like short and snappy. Let's go, JJJ. Ram this T-34. You got that with Ziz. I'm waiting for it.
He doesn't have the missions yet for IL-2 Rocket Strafe though. Needs to wait a little longer.
He doesn't need it. He has the double Ziz. But hang on. If we have an overcommitment here by Ruby...
Oh, T-34 moving forward with T-70 in unison in the center. Where's that Akaten? Akaten is stuck behind some walls.
Honestly, JJJ is actually in such a good spot. If you think about it, there's only one Ricardon. He has the T70 to flank the Ricardon, which is doing now.
And
If
would
he-
have loved Ruby to crush those stone walls there. To make it
Right.
easier for your Aketens.
The P4 is in a really awkward position. I really don't know what it's doing down there. The JJJ is preparing. He could have set up a nice ambush here.
An anti-tank gun has
Yeah,
taken the
assistance
field.
could be a little bit more forward. But still 2 CPs under control of Ruby. Oh, before what's it gonna do? What is this gonna do? Is this gonna be blocked by that pillar, it seems?
They can do tag rounds.
No, they
Neither
can't.
connect.
Nothing connected
people-
there.
Nothing is connecting, that's right. Alright, once this gun connects now.
I mean, a light post got killed in that engagement. It's probably the most interesting thing that happened there. SMG is going forward into a whole bunch of fire.
We're disappointed in this airborne squad. 2 kills. That's quite bad.
Yeah. And it's how long has it been on the field for?
At least I want to say 7-8 minutes, if not more.
Exactly.
No, Obers are doing much better, but Obers are on 3, so they're already beating these guys. Alright. The double ray cannons are out. How many CPs is the Tiger in the mod?
I think it's 11. So maybe it's the second
the-
tank.
At this point, I would almost be tempted to say he should have just stalled for the Tiger.
I feel a little push coming, maybe.
Is this P4? He keeps probing down south.
Yeah, it's a
Oh, this is a lovely ambush.
one more connection. P4 maybe as well. Gets it.
That's big. Absolutely big. Now JJJ doesn't have any claws. Really can do whatever he really wants at this point. Uh-oh.
That's that rocket barrage.
Yeah, this is the Firestorm Stuka barrage, yes.
Exactly. Does a good amount of damage.
The 70s in trouble, those mines,
Is that
the
mines?
AT gun.
Second Sis is not able to fire. Storm Pioneer goes down though.
Oh no, Jibber's so exposed, he's just being pulled in every single angle at this point.
It's the northern side. Conscript managed to beat off the folks there. So he trades a Zisgun for the T-34 and the two Storm Pioneer. I say that more incorrectly. P4 might be in trouble. No conscript to snare though. Oh, a huge shot there on those folks. On those conscripts. I'm messing everything up, Siberian. What did you do to me?
I did nothing. I did nothing. You created this mod. You're responsible.
I'm responsible.
The JJJ actually went for another 76 here.
Oh, he's gonna hit the mark. He's gonna hit
That's...
the mark. Where's the Ziskin?
If there ever was a time to push in, I think he needs to do it now.
Oh, Ziskin's finds a shot. Where's the T-34? T-34 rushing forward.
Yeah, nice use of recon mode here.
Doesn't even
Beautiful.
need it.
A medium tank was destroyed.
Wanted to save with the Stuka smoke drop, but it comes in too late.
And that was exactly what JJ needed to really get back into the game.
Yeah.
Ruby, however, has a lot of fuel. He's just really suffering on manpower here.
Yeah, I think the mines are taking a toll.
Commander
I think he's red nose right now, probably with infantry.
does have supers.
Mine's open.
And this is the exciting part where we watch sandbags being destroyed.
Yeah, exactly right.
Alright, here comes the double wicket right into T-34. JJJ, he's running right into the faust. He's gonna eat it. This is a dead T-34.
Boom,
What a
boom,
throw.
boom, boom. Oh, I just killed a tank. I still have one. What am I gonna do with it? Throw it away.
Yeah, we just complimented JJJ, and that was not the most ideal usage of his T-34 for sure, but it still has a VP lead ever so slightly.
I mean, those T-34s are cheap, right? You can get another one. He's opting to go for a Siskin first. He's like, those tanks don't work out. Let's just get an 8 Seeker.
Sure, they're cheap, but when you don't have a lot of manpower, you're just giving Ruby more time to get that Tiger out.
And it's definitely coming, right?
It's coming. I think looking at the resource float, it's coming.
We now stand at 300 points.
If it remains the same, it should be 640, 230. He has the fuel, just needs the manpower.
Yeah. Nice arcade in positioning there. Ooh, one of the attack rounds actually connects. I probably wouldn't even have tried that one. Kudos for Ruby for doing that. I hope was using the bridge.
Wish we could use these boats on the map. That'd be cool. You know, like sneak some commandos through the boat tunnels. But then again, I guess there's not much to sneak past. I'm curious, and here's what I'm curious about. So he's had JJJ, has had double Ziz for quite a while, right? He's destroyed the P4. He has a T-34. Well, let's check. Do you think he knows what the Tier 4 is from Ruby is?
Tiger tank.
He knows
I
what
don't
it
think
is,
so.
definitely. But
That's what I was thinking. I can't see it on the Fog of War, but here's the Tiger. Would you not want to rather
maybe
push with your
Tiger.
T-34 and double AT guns on the Tier 4 rather than try some city push up north?
playing safe, I guess. He has triple VP. I don't know if he knows whether there's the option for the King Tiger, so maybe he's thinking, oh, King Tiger is coming, then it's no use, but the King Tiger is not in the mod. Well, this big bad boy is. Of course, the Tiger Panzer Campfire and 6 connects with the T-70. Raketa connects as well. Attack round. Get some AoE damage, but that's it. Main gun crit, which is interesting, because that should not be a thing.
I am really surprised that T-70 has lived. JJJ, you better make this SU-85 work, because you have VP lead, but once the Tiger starts getting veterancy, especially Vet 2, I think one of his issues right now is he isn't concentrated. He's got a Ziz gun up north, he's got a Ziz gun down south. He doesn't really have any mines. So the SU-85 is the only thing really keeping him in the game, but he's not pushing a single side.
As long as he has 2 VPs, he doesn't really need to. Play the dragging game, get a Katusha out or another T-34. Oh, Tiger standing on his own mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that SU just gonna pop that mine over the Tiger?
I got a little anxious there.
Yeah, you and me both. We've all done that, I think.
Yeah. The classic not like this moment.
Oh god! And JJ, speaking of the not like this moment, standing on top of his mine with that Ziz gun. Unfortunately for him, it's just a
The
flare.
flare, yeah. Yeah, I think it was both flare and the mine going off, right? Oh no, it was just flare.
think it's just a flip.
I like the way that Ruby goes for the south and north VP instead of the center one, because he has JibberJabberJobber doesn't really have the mobile army with his AT guns, right? And his infantry will win. Oh, guards for 2, taking a beating.
This is really awkward. You got a tiger pushing you from down south. What do you do?
Yeah, he constantly has to find the way to reposition.
He doesn't really want to give up the middle. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He does have his Cs.
He's getting shot at the moment and it's low health. SU-85 finds an angle though. I think JibberJabberJobber really needs another T-34-76 so we can win some of those infantry engagements.
Very nice flank on the Rakelins in the back here, but the Tiger is just completely uncontested for the most part here outside of this one Ziskin. Look at the SU-85, it's nowhere near the Tiger. I don't know what JJ is thinking. Is he like expecting a ransom lone P4 flank or something?
Maybe. The P4 is coming up now.
Sure it is, but come on, man.
That's...
I think there's a little bit too much passiveness going on here.
Yep. Fast forward.
Here's the T-34.
You can say what you want, but JibberJabberJobber knocked off a big point of VPs after that P4 loss.
He did, but unless they hit 0, it's all for naught for the most part.
He's going for the Katusha here. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of this decision. I'm just...
32 minutes in, quite scary, right? You know there's a Tiger on the field and you're like, alright, well, I'm just gonna pray he doesn't dive me with something else.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I mean. It's a very diveable army, SU-85, only having one. No
it
turrets,
really is.
Zisguns, no turrets. It's really gonna have to depend on good mine placement and having that conscript nearby to instantly snare anything that comes up.
Especially with Obers, the Tiger commander.
Opens up to 8 kills, and guards airborne up to 7. Some fear propaganda attribute being used. Force away an MG, that's nice. Ability usage.
So the Katusha hit about the same timing as the P4. I wonder if JJJ is like, oh no, what have I done?
Imagine using your Stern Pioneer, which has a sweeper, but not having the sweeper out.
That was a pretty good Katusha barrage, but here comes the dive on the T-70.
Now it hits mine! Boy, get in trouble! Smoke coming in!
Should be a destroyed Tiger.
Where's the P4? P4 is all the way up in the north. The SU-85 marches on. Misses.
Why is the P4 nowhere to be seen?
Yeah. Bounces!
No, he'll get it, he'll get it.
He gets it.
We have lost contact with a heavy tank.
I think that failed push just started with the fact that the sweeper was there, but it wasn't out. So he ran on the mine, forced to retreat the Stern Pioneer.
Oh man, the Ruby, he really had this in the bag. He just needed to play a little bit more carefully. It was a really strange dive, and now all of a sudden, whilst Jibber's on the back foot, he has the time. He's the one making plays.
The longer the game goes on, the more damage that Katusha will probably find. Now it's all up to that P4.
He just needs to find that tier 4, honestly. I'm still praying he finds that sneaky tier 4 in the bushes.
Then goes and kills it.
Orders complete.
I don't know. Why do you think he dived there from the south? I was looking at it and I couldn't see any support units at all. Maybe he saw a T-70 and his
Yeah.
face went red.
Wanted to get the P-17. T-70 up to 12 kills. Would we need some good lights? Well, that's definitely an option.
A nice petition.
Nope, Raketten connects. Not a Raketten, not in the right direction.
Squad of infantry.
One of the Volkskundiges goes down. And T-70 once again will get away.
Yeah, good wipe on the roadster.
No, you have a sweeper, he didn't have it all again. Now he instantly pops it. Oh, he must be thinking I'm such an idiot.
Oh yeah, that feel when you actually have a sweeper but you decide not to use it.
Bit of a big brain moment there. T-34, 76 coming up. There's still a little bit of room here in the pop cap, but I don't think he can reinforce all this infantry if he wants to get it out. Guards, 7 kills, vet 3. Others, 12 kills, vet 2.
I'm gonna try to see what Jibber. Okay, so he doesn't see the T4 for sure.
I need to stop the bleeding.
So what tank do you go for if you are Ruby at the moment?
Well, that really beckons the question: what do you go for? Because no matter what you do, you're behind, right? You can go JP, you can try another Tiger stall, but if you do, you better make sure you can hold on, and it kind of pays off. JJJ does have a veteran C3 Ziz, the SU-85 is out, the Katusha, the Tiger almost seems suicide at this point, so probably anything else.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's gonna be. He tried to clear a bit of that hedge, by the way.
Oh, I know, don't you? It just came to me. You go for the Stammtiger. How could we forget? Need you even ask what tank we go for? We obviously go for the Stammtiger in this situation. Lovely Katusha, look at this.
Let's see, 70, is this the end? No, P4 was already forced away. Can we get an extra stroke?
70 should go down.
Yeah, it goes down. Oh,
But the P4!
Woo!
Oh, wow.
That is another picture.
I have never seen so much damage being done in one rocket strafe.
Damn. I think this guy had even less health than the Google that lived.
Yeah, that's at least half a Stammtiger.
Half a Stammtiger of health.
Yep. The Kuba was a good 2 Stammtigers, this is half a Stammtiger. I mean, JJJ is making it happen. He's starting to float a bit of manpower, getting a bit of confidence back. He still has his airborne guards, albeit not very
9 kills.
useful. Yeah,
9 kills.
they haven't really done too much.
They got an ability.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice
So
bit of
recon
recon.
smoke and a Goliath. From...
Now, can we get a little bit of Goliath hype in the chat? Is it gonna say boom while being on top of a squad?
Oh, it's gonna say boom one way or another, I think.
Level capabilities ready for deployment.
This is awkward. So Ruby's going for a Tiger here, but imagine what another Uber squad could do here. Had he not lost that Tiger, another Uber squad.
He organized the
I mean, you do have the Katusha, right? Katusha can just...
For sure, but
A warm Soviet greeting.
Commander abilities ready.
alright. So we're gonna see the Tiger again. Let's see how JJ responds to this.
I mean, how can he? He's Popcat. He can't reinforce his units. Oh, nice grenade. Oh, gets 2 models. Guards
bad,
airborne, actually doing something. Sneaky Goliath there, hiding behind the pillar. And there it is. Tiger Panzerkampfwagen 6, number 2. Ding, ding, ding.
This Goliath is kinda in a crappy position. I don't like it at all.
Ah, it's good if there's a tank that goes, I don't know, to go on or something, but for the rest, I don't know. P4 in the north, got my
I mean, yeah, he could go for it, and
no.
I think.
We are down to 75 points.
Armin in the chat thinks Goliath might do JJJ a favor by reducing his popcat a bit.
This is true. JJJ is incredibly confused and dazzled at this point. He's.
No, yeah, forward,
Oh!
backwards, no, backwards, forwards. it's
Oh,
going
and there's the
forwards.
85 misses. Rakettans are here.
Now
we
it,
have a
it
huge
cloaks
dive.
again, it cloaks again. Oh, and it hits it! Point blank range.
So close.
P4 going in, hits a mine, as usual. No munitions for the IL-2 scrape though. And the conscripts go down in the south. Due to the
And
tanks.
they do. Nice.
But Raket is in trouble in the center, need to run. From Katusha fire.
He just needs to make sure these Ziskans are nowhere near to annoy his tanks.
A gun crew has been lost.
MG34 goes down.
As they say, mission failed successfully.
Oh, need to watch out with that overscore. Oh, nice timing there on the Panzerfaust. Just as the Raketen hits. Oh, the Tiger already up to 10 kills, so doing well.
Oh wait, hang on. He actually wiped. He did. He actually wiped another conscript squad.
Another one. Oh wow,
Yeah,
I missed that.
right in the middle.
I look at the build now for Jibber. Another Ziz, another T-34. Infantry is purely psychological.
At this point, yeah, against the Tiger, it's. And this is with the first Tiger being destroyed. Had this still been the first Tiger, Jibber would be out of this game, I feel.
Taking fire.
Yeah, it's really using the Tiger up, trying to do as much damage as possible here. Not a couple of cones get eaten there.
What Ruby's thinking right now.
The enemy is reduced to
That
300
T-34
points.
angle might be so dangerous. If he gets a good shot, that could be a one-shot wipe. All clumped up there, and nice clumped. Raketens are moving in for some stealth ambush. And there comes the pusher in the center. Almost need to run, and they need to run fast. Gets out with 3 models. Skirmish in the
Okay.
south, T-34 versus P4. Siskins are rallying as well. There's also a Raketen that is looking in the wrong direction.
Obtain field promotion.
Oh, is this the bait? Siskins lining up?
Comply, comply. Protect the flank. Protect the
Siskins connect a whole bunch of times there. Back to fixies.
It was a good bait either way, because he had a Raketten there as well. So
Yeah.
Ruby wasn't. Well, he was a little bit reckless, but he wasn't completely reckless.
Yeah, this is where you kind of feel the pain as OKW, right? You got 2 tanks with a big health pool. You need to constantly repair them. You don't have the repairs.
That's right, the T-76s are just gonna keep the flanks, keep the infantry at bay and the Tiger. And they're really gonna struggle moving around the map.
And whenever you try and get close, that Katusha will just fire, force you off. She has a nice 18 kills. Almost ready to fire again.
Volk almost goes down up top here, but we got a lot of action here with between the Ricans in the middle.
Yeah.
As the Katusha is ready to fire, it is.
It's not facing the right direction though, needs to put it back at the moment. And this Ober and Volk squad just doesn't know what stopping is.
Contact! Return fire! Command level capabilities ready for deployment.
Opens up, but preemptive dodge here. Now he needs to watch out with Opus now. The kitten goes down. P4 in the flank now. Sees the T-34, that's one shot remains. Goes in for the ram. Gets the ram, loses the tank. Can the Siskin find an angle? It can find an angle. Second T-34 now coming up. Oh, both bounce. Hectic engagement right there.
Game over RNG at this point. He misses again.
Wait, you can go through that building? I didn't even notice. Oh, main gun crit. That's a shame. This should not be in the game.
Wow.
Goes for another ram. I can get that. Just look at the manpower and fuel of JJJ.
Yeah, he just really wants to make sure those P4s are not around to protect the Tiger.
That's interesting though, because the mod was built with the tournament mod as base. So a lot of these main gun crits shouldn't be in, but fortunately they are. Oh, this is gonna barrage devastating.
Panzer IV deployed. Awaiting orders.
Ruby doing his best to this Tiger, but feels like he's constantly being forced to just sit in the corner here because of all these AT guns on the SU. That's not gonna do anything. He's actually just made it worse, and down goes the Volk squad.
Elements report and infantry
So we
unit
chat, I'm not fine following all the action. I got a question by one of the players that I need to answer.
Commander abilities ready.
This is all over the place. It's so scrappy. Tiger against the Maxim, SU-85 against the Recant, T-34 against the
Oh,
intrusive
finds some
Panzer IV.
Yeah, finds nice rear armor there. This is the last stand here of the Axis, it looks like.
He's showing his butt to the Tiger's gonna go down.
Tiger down, P4 down, all hope is lost here for Ruby. And he's certain to throw in the tower, just wants to throw that bomb on A.
Ruby surrenders.
Boom. So that's it. Alright, if you can